Yo, Neo RX back with another stream. This time we are having the UFC Vegas 109 pre-party on this fine ass Friday night. We back with another pre-party to a card tomorrow. That is a card tomorrow, if we're being honest. It's fine. It truly is just fine. Like I've been saying all week, it's just another hurdle, or just the last hurdle before Hamza and Drake is truly all it is, in my opinion. It's just a final hurdle before we get to Drake and Hamza. So that's what I'm gonna look at it as. Like, it's fine. It's gonna be some fights on our Saturday. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna watch it. Well, enjoy it, we'll see. But watch it and have a good time. So I'm excited to an extent. Tomorrow should be fun. Talk about the card a little bit more tonight before we get into tomorrow, as we always do. Talk about the card as much as humanly goddamn possible at this point. And see what happens, man. See what happens. It's gonna be a fun night. Vibing on a Friday night like we always do. And yeah, man. Let's see where the night takes us. We'll talk about the card tomorrow. We'll probably talk about Drakus and Hamza like we always find a way to talk about. There's been a little bit of fight news today. Nothing, or not today, but in the last couple of days, there's been a little bit of fight news since we were last live. Brazil got a big main event. Canada got a good fight. So some interesting fights booked the last about 48 hours since I was live last. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one night. Could talk about, of course, NFL's back, which is fucking sweet. Love some football. We're still trying to fill out that goddamn fantasy league. I know we're never fucking going to, but it would be cool. So, so I can dream upon a star, I guess, and just see where the night takes us. It's early. It's just a little bit past midnight at the moment, and we're gonna have a fun night like we always do. Even if it's a pre-party, they're usually the streams that get the shittiest views. I'm still gonna sit back, relax, and enjoy them, and see where the night takes us. So, I'm excited. Got fights tomorrow. It's gonna be a good night, bro. Gonna be a good night tonight. Gonna be good fights tomorrow. Stay optimistic. Stay not even optimistic. Just good vibing. Only and always gonna be fun. So, of course, sometimes it does take a little bit for people to hop in chat, so that's not a big deal. I can ramble to myself long enough to till people get in chat. So, I don't know. I get it's Friday night. There's other shit going on, so not gonna get the most views tonight, which is fine with me. I get it. Like I said, these are, I think, statistically, the retard list really coming out there. The stat-wise, the worst stream I do every week because it gets no fucking views. Even the fucking ratings show gets better views most of the time, so that says a lot. Of course, the after party is the one that does the best views, and that's very much helped by outside sources, so that's always nice. The hangover is usually pretty bad view-wise, but you want to know the funny thing? I can talk about how the views are not good for these things. You still see me doing them right, because I'm not gonna stop just for bad views. I don't do this for the views. I do this because I love doing it. I do this for the fun for the love of the game, for the fun of the game, and that's why I'm live right now, talking to myself and hopefully some other people. I'm gonna keep fucking vibing. I'm gonna have some fun and enjoy my night. So that's about that. So I'll start the screen share in a moment. And yeah. So we can look over the card, talk about the card. Me and Jay Beers did update our parlay a bit also. We didn't back out of it, we're still doing it, but we did update it. Not by much, we just swapped one fighter out for a different one, which is smart. A lot better than what we had planned, and or what we booked the first time, because that parlay was making already money, but goddamn, was it not really the safest? But we did update that, so we'll look over that. And we got Contender Series in 4 days. Bro, I'm so excited for that shit. Contender Series on Tuesday. Oh, I'm excited. Tuesday is gonna be fucking phenomenal. I cannot goddamn wait. And yeah, I'm excited. We have a lot of good shit going on at the moment. Drake is next week. Contender Series next week. A good card tomorrow. We're vibing good. We're eating good. UFC is treating us good, kind of, for once ish, I think. And we're gonna enjoy every fucking moment of it. Oh man, I cannot fucking wait. So I'm excited. That's all I can really say. I'm truly very excited. A lot of good shit going on. We got tomorrow, good fine card. Tuesday, the motherfucking Contender Series is finally back. And then the big one, 3/19, the fight we're all waiting for. Almost a week away on the dot. I can't goddamn wait, man. Man, I cannot fucking wait. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be the next week is gonna be fun. I'm gonna be streaming a shit ton like always. Today, tomorrow, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and so on and so forth. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun. But first, before we have to talk about the lesser of the three, of course, tomorrow's card. Of course, I did put out the breakdown for this card earlier. So if you watch that, thank you. If you've not watched that, you know where to find that on the channel, of course, because where the fuck else would it be but on the channel. And yeah, so I did notice my videos have got shorter. I don't know why they've gotten shorter, but I'm not upset that they've gotten shorter. What's up, Matt? Good to see you, brother. So yeah, but I know y'all are complaining about my videos being a little bit shorter. We're still streaming for fucking 2-3 hours. It's fucking, apparently. I still don't know how truthful that is, because it does not feel like we've streamed for that long on some of those streams. Like, apparently on Wednesday we went like 2.5, almost 3 hours, and it did not feel like it one bit. So, but as we all know, time flies when you're having fun, and I'm having a great fucking time with y'all. So I love it. I'm having fun. And yeah. Hopefully I'll be having the same amount of fun tomorrow watching the card starting at 4 p.m. EST, whatever time that is for you. Could be earlier, could be later. So we'll see. Yeah, tomorrow. Well, I'll go through the card a little bit quick, just rambling through it for a little bit, look through the week and see what we got coming up for us. Of course, we begin tomorrow with Brundage and Mechanical, the most recent fight booked for the card. Yeah, it's not a good one. I know me and Jay Beers went over this on Tuesday, and I think Wednesday we broke down the card a good amount, but it's Friday. We've got a little more information. I could watch the weigh-ins and face-offs with y'all if you would like. And yeah, nothing big at the weigh-ins today. Fluffy made weight on his second attempt, and everyone else made weight perfectly, so that's good. I'll again, if y'all want to check out the face-offs, I can pull those up. I don't think the UFC gets upset when you do that, so we should be able to do that if you want to. And yeah, so we can look into that if you want. But right now we got Brundage and McConaughey opening the card. You don't care. I don't care. There's nothing left to be said about that fucking dog shit opening fight of the night because both those guys are fucking garbage. And that's the nicest way I could put it because they are just not talented fighters. How is Brundage still signed? Why is McConaughey even signed? It's two shitty fighters having a shitty fight. What do you expect? So that's about that, man. That's truly about that for that opening fight. I don't even know why they booked that. I truly have no idea why they even booked that fight. So I know they want to like fucking fill the card out, but that fight does nothing for the card. It's just a shitty fight that no one wants to watch. So oh joy. Whatever. it's another fight on the card. It's an easy prediction at least. Like I think unless Brundage chokes away an easy win, which for him I wouldn't be too shocked because it's Cody Brundage. But yeah, I'm not too like it's a shitty fight. So I don't know what else to really say in that regard. So that's about what I can say right there. And so my bad, I lost my train of thought for a second. Yeah, kind of you lose your train of thought when you're streaming to yourself, so it's alright. Then we had the fight we actually took out of our parlay, and that was the second fight of the night, Gabriela Fernandez versus Julia Stoyarenko. Yeah, it should be a layup for Fernandez, but the key word I just used is should. We took Fernandez out of the parlay, and I will show that in a little bit. But yeah, she's out of the parlay. She should win. She 100% should win. But again, the keyword I could keep using is should. With a few other fighters on this card, I can say they will win. I can't be that. I am picking her, and I'm very confident to an extent. But it's a low-level fight. Fernandez has not been active. Stoyarenko has not been active, and at any moment she can get a leg subbed. So on paper, layup for Fernandez, and I'm gonna pick her. But the upset is always possible with low-level fighters, and that's why we did take Fernandez out of the parlay. She still should win pretty easily, but yeah, I'm worried. Again, there's always a threat of that submission, so we did the smart thing, taking her out of the parlay. So, will that burn us in hindsight, or will it be our fucking lifesaver? Time will goddamn tell in that regard. D-Man, what's up, brother? Good to see you. D-Man, I actually wanted to talk to you. I sent you a message on Discord about if you want in our fantasy football league. We're doing me, JB, some other people. NFL, fantasy football. Not sure if you want in. Not sure if you check your Discord, but you're here right now, so do you want in? You're like the last person I've not asked. So, you want in? Let me know, and I'll send you the link on Discord. If not, then just say no, and that's that. So let me know. We need 3 more people in that motherfucker. So God, we've been trying for like a week to fill it. So we're failing at it. So let me know. Next, Euros Medic versus Gilbert Urbina. Now this is a fight we kept in the parlay, and a fight I am perfectly confident about. Medic should win this fight. Usually if Euros Medic is losing a fight, it's usually to better fighters, like the Mictepec Oral Buys or who did he just lose to? Punale Soriano. Two fighters Gilbert Urbina is not even comparable to, because Gilbert Urbina is garbage. This is just a complete layup for Euros Medic, to be honest. There's not really much else to it. Yeah, he should knock out Urbina, who has not fought in like almost 2 years and was shitty when he was fighting. So this should be a layup for Medic. Not really much else to say. We kept him in a parlay. We're confident he should win. Then the fight, I don't think anyone can be really be confident picking, because how the fuck could you be with this one? As we have in our first fight of the night, Jocelyn Edwards versus Pasquilla Cachoeira. Oh boy, what up, everybody? Hope everyone's having a good Friday night. Amen, Scotty. I could not say that better myself, brother. What's up, Scott? Hope you're having a good Friday night in your own right, and good to see you in chat, brother. Jocelyn and Cachoeira. Predicting it wise, the fight sucks. But as a fan, knowing Cachoeira, it should be a fun fight. Like, Cachoeira, usually a very entertaining fighter. Jocelyn Edwards on a finishing streak right now. I like the fight. As a fan, I like the fight. As someone who has to try and make a pick on it and predict it and get it right, I fucking hate the fight. What's up, Breaking Blood? Good to see you, brother. So I'm picking Edwards. I think most people are, but can you be confident? I don't really think so. Like, as she is having the best run of her career right now, but eventually Jocelyn Edwards can come back down to reality and realize, yeah, she still sucks. And then Cachoeira having her second fight up at bantamweight, we'll see. She made weight. She's not killing herself to make flyweight anymore, so we'll see how she does in her second outing at bantamweight. Is she actually better at bantamweight, or is she still the same shitty fun fighter we've seen for 10 years now at this point? We'll have to wait and see. So, as a fan, that should be a fun fight. As a predictor, I fucking hate that fight. I think it's probably the hardest fight to pick on the card. And, yeah, not loving having to pick Jocelyn Edwards, but here it's kind of hard not to. So give me Jocelyn Edwards. She should win. Just diss my picks. Emma, I would never diss Breaking Bud's picks. He has great picks. Let's see, Bud. Do you do goat milk there, Bud? Let's see. I'm guessing you probably have great picks. Let's see, 6'5", 59%. You got the same percentage as me, brother. So don't feel bad. Yeah. I would never diss people's picks. So yeah. Hope I'm doing great. Hope all is well. Lovely to hear there, Scotty. Always good to hear when people are doing good, because we always should be doing good, especially on a Friday night going into the weekend. We were meant to enjoy it, have a good time, and head into the weekend. So let's do just that, shall we, boys? But yeah, going Edwards. Not loving the pick, but sometimes you gotta make picks you don't want to make, and that's one I don't want to make. Don't shit the bed, Edwards. Don't shit the bed. Then worst card ever, Simpsons. Yeah. No, actually, I don't agree. There's been way worse cards. Like, this card's fine. The main card's perfectly fine. The prelims are okay. It's nothing special, but it's not awful. I think there's probably been worse cards this year on paper, and of course we'll have to wait and see an execution how the card is. So I'm not hopeful. I'm not saying this is going to be a fantastic card, especially like last week. But I'm saying there's a chance it'll probably be okay, but more than likely it'll be a normal Apex card, which is usually just very forgettable. So I'm not saying the worst, but I'm not saying it's good either. I won't lie to you. And to be honest, the most notable thing with this card is it's the last hurdle before Drakus and Hamzat. Let's just be blunt. That's what this card is. So, yeah. But we do gotta follow up and continue with the card. After Edwards, we go to the co-main event of the prelims for the easiest fight to pick on the night: Elijah Smith versus Toshimi Kazama. A lot of fighters on win streak, few upsets. Yeah, actually, there's a lot of fighters on win streaks on this card. You got not those two, Fernandez. Neither of those guys. Edwards, catchweight is on a one fight winning streak. Elijah, you got Anders, you got Matsumoto, you got a few fighters, Fluffy, of course. So yeah, there's some fighters on winning streaks, and then on win streak, few upsets. You're picking a few upsets, okay? I'm not. I'm picking one upset, and that's Angela Hill. But if you see some upsets here, that's actually kind of surprising because I think this is a terrible card for underdogs betting or just picking in general. So maybe those cards, maybe those underdogs will win. I don't know who. I'm not sure who you're talking about in that regard. If you want to tell us, you can. You can make a case for a few, but I think it's an interesting one. So I'm intrigued. I think there will be an upset, a big upset, but more than likely, I think it will be a heavy night of favorites. Maybe like two underdogs winning at most. So Truism, no cop card related heroes. It's Cop and Almabayev. I remember that main event. I don't remember that card much, to be honest. Again, an Apex card. Forgettable. Where the fuck was that piece of shit? Cop Almabayev. That was good. Shit. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was alright. That was good. That was shit. That was shit. Yeah, I do think this week's card's a little bit better than this overall. Just main event wise, it's better. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I kind of agree with your point there. This card was not phenomenal by any means, but again, it was an Apex card. It was forgettable. So yeah, it's just filler on. It's just filler. At the end of the day, it's UFC's fucking filler. So when they can't, well, not can't, but when they are lazy and don't book an arena, then you get an Apex card. So, knock on wood, it can be, if that card can be as good as last week's, phenomenal. But 99% of the time, they're not. And either we're bitching about them, we're forgetting about them, or we're praising them. And the third one is usually pretty rare. So, hopefully, we're praising this one by the end of Saturday night. But let's be honest, I have my doubts. But back to, as y'all keep coming in chat, which I love to see what y'all have to say, I'll continue rambling on about this card, as I've done plenty this week. Trust me, since I've started streaming, I swear I talk about these cards like 4 or 5 times a week. So it's fucking insane, and I love it. Nothing makes me happier, so I love it. But then to continue, like I said, Elijah Smith and Kazama is our co-main event in the prelims. Elijah Smith by whatever he wants in round 1. My lock of the night there. Kazama is garbage. Elijah Smith is good. Layup. Simple. And next. Then our featured prelim, a fight where one of the guys has to get their first UFC win in the light heavyweight division, our heaviest fight of the night. We have, to end the prelims, Julius Walker versus Rafael Cerqueira. I don't know why it's a featured prelim. That'd be my biggest issue with it, is a silly fucking featured prelim. I get it's gonna end in a finish for sure, but why is it over Medic for featured prelim? It's two dudes who have not won a fight in the UFC, and I get someone has to get a win and it's gonna be in a finish, but I just don't see the point of why this is the featured prelim. Maybe that's just me and I'm wrong, but this should not be the feature prelim at all, in my opinion. So, again, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. So, but either way, this is a simple fight to break down. Walker is gonna win. He is another member of our parlay with Elijah Smith. Both are gonna get first round finishes. Walker is going to run through Thurkea, who's just not good at all. He's a 35-year-old punching bag who I'm pretty sure has not even landed a punch in the UFC yet. So, you're doing good there. And yeah, Walker should win this fight. I have a little bit of worry because Walker is not good, but I think even with as not good, Walker is, Thurkea is way worse, and Walker should win this fight. So, Walker knockout round one, pretty simple. Don't really think there's much else to be added in that equation unless Thurkea learns how to fight really fucking good out of nowhere, or learns how to fight in general that we don't know about, which is not going to happen. This is a layup for Walker to end the prelims and get Thurkea out of the UFC because that man is pure trash. So, those are the prelims. Again, not great prelims. Like, I'm excited for Euro's Medic fight. I think that's the best prelim. Elijah Smith is good. Cachoeira could be a fun fight. Walker's going to be a finish at least. Fernandez is alright. It's a fine prelims. I think last week's I don't remember if last week's was stronger or weaker on paper. I'd probably say weaker. Yeah, probably weaker on paper. So, but in execution, last week's prelims were actually alright. So hopefully these can also be alright. Has the makings of being a perfectly forgettable prelims. A few finishes, hopefully. And that's about that. So, hopefully it's not fucking annoying or boring, but I don't see it being anything spectacular, so let's just get a perfectly fine, forgettable prelims to enter the main card. So, yeah. Speaking of said main card, that's where we go next. For Eric Anders and COD opening up the main card, which I still stand by is a dog shit main card opener because, like I said before, the main card opener is meant to be a fun fight or finish, and that fight is neither. It is a boring fight between a bum Brit and a old Eric Anders. So, not really a main card fight, but, maybe, what do I know? Maybe it'll be phenomenal, but I'm going to say it's not going to be. Oh, I know you're shocked. Yeah, that fight's just not very good. So, yeah, COG is going to win a boring point fight. Like, I don't know what else you want me to say. It's just a perfectly forgettable fight. Like, it's going to be a boring fight to open a main card. COD is going to win a point fight against a super ancient Eric Anders. And that's about that. So, nothing else to really say there. There you go. Then, I would love Eric Anders to win, but it's not going to happen. Then we have Miles Johns and Gene Matsumoto. Good fight. Very good fight. What should be the main card opener, because it's actually a good fight. But, I guess we can't have nice things anymore now, can we? Yeah, it's a good fight. Miles Johns, very good fighter, has been a very good fighter, continues to be a very good fighter. Never been a top 15 level guy, but he is overall a very good fighter in bantamweight top 25. And then Gene Matsumoto coming off that win versus Rob Font, where he easily beat him. Now getting Miles Johns, which might be a harder fight. This is a good fight. Johns coming off a loss to Felipe Lima, which is not aging great, but we know Miles Johns is good. Matsumoto coming off beating Rob Font. This is a good ass fight, like most fights at bantamweight, and I'm excited for it. So let's see what happens. I'm going Gene Matsumoto. Like most people, he should win this fight. Johns could win. Miles Johns is never going to be a pushover, and he is very good. But Matsumoto should be able to take this fight. He's younger, he's better, he's 25 years old, his striking is getting better, his wrestling's good. He's just overall a very good fighter. He's probably going to be the top 15 ranked guy sooner than later. He's very good. And that's about what I can say about Gene Matsumoto. He's very good. So he should win this fight. Again, John's is a tough fight. It's far from a layup. But if I'm picking this fight, there's no world where I don't pick Gene Matsumoto. So give me Gene. I'm not going to say by what, because if y'all want to see that, go watch the breakdown. But yeah, Gene should win this fight. That's pretty fucking simple. So, John's is no pushover, and he could win, but I'm not predicting that, and I'm 100% going Gene Matsumoto to get the win here, so that'll be my pick. Then we move up 10 pounds to featherweight for a fight I'm going to waste no time on, because we know what's going to happen. When are you both moving out? What's a Ma Jackal? That's very nice. That's very nice. Silly, but nice. Hell of a first comment. As in our third fight of the main card, Andre Fili versus Christian Rodriguez. We know C-Rod's going to win this fight, which sucks. Fili's old and washed now. His chin's gone. His fight IQ is getting worse. I would love to see him win this fight, but I just don't see it. He's about on the doorstep of retirement, and he really just doesn't have it anymore. So, who do I think's going to win? Sadly, C-Rod. Who do I want to win? Who am I going to pick biasedly? Because I don't care about getting a pick wrong. Give me Andre Fili by decision. I think we're all cheering for Fili, because how do you not love touchy Fili? But he just doesn't have it anymore. It's truly that simple. And yeah, not really much else to say in that regard. Fili should lose and probably will. And it might be his last walk in UFC, to be honest, which would be even lamer to see. But if that's the case, that's the case. I'm going to pick Fili. I think C-Rod's going to win, but fuck him. He's not good. I still don't believe C-Rod's good at all. And yeah, about really all I got to say for that fight. Then we go to our co-main to the co-main in the straw weight division. A top 15 fight there. The old versus the new. 23 versus 40. An interesting fight that could be the one that upsets a lot of parlays, either depending on what side you're picking, as we have in our co-main to the co-main in the strawweight division, top 15, Asmin Lucindo versus Angela Hill. We got newcomer versus legend, 23 versus 40. Very interesting fight here. I think the closest fight on the betting odds, which is interesting to see. I get why people are picking Lucindo, and I said all this shit in my breakdown. I get why people are picking Lucindo. But you just can't count out Angie. You just truly can't count out Angie, and she could lose, of course. But in the same breath, Angie can always win also. So, especially Asmin coming off that piss poor performance against Amanda Lemos. How does Angie do against a young fighter who's coming off a really debatable loss? And how does Asmin do coming off a very shitty loss against another OG of the division? This is going to be an interesting one. I feel like this one could really be a lot of parlay breakers if you're picking on Asmin. She could choke it. Or if you're picking Angie, she could always lose. Or she could always win. So, it's an interesting fight. It's a good fight. Always good to see Angie on the card, even if she is always fighting in the Apex. And she's only been fighting Brazilians for like 3 goddamn years now. Her last 3 fights have all been Brazilians, which is insane. And this is going to be good. This should be a decent fight. It's probably going to be a striking match unless Angie goes through the Amanda Lemos strategy, which she always could. But I'm going to say she probably won't. And I'm going to say Well, I'm even with her not probably doing that. I'm still gonna pick Angie. She's my only underdog of the night. I think she's gonna get it done, man. I'm not gonna say I trust Angie because that'd be a risky fucking sentence to say because it's Angela Hill. But I have a feeling she can take it here. I have a good feeling she could win this fight. Could she lose? Of course. Again, it's Angela Hill. Any night she could win, or any night she could fucking lose. If she should win or lose or not, that usually never matters. But I am gonna go Angie. I think she can beat a up and comer coming off a bad loss. Give me my only underdog pick of the night. Give me the legend. Give me Angela Hill. Pretty simple shit there. Then in our co-main event of the evening, a fight at bantamweight, even though we all know it's a flyweight fight, as we have, thanks to Hong Sung Park, taking the shot at the main event last week. We now have our co-main event of the evening, Steve Erceg versus Ode Osborne. I really like this co-main event. Yes, it makes no sense, but it's two fun fighters. Ode, who is usually in a fun fight, Erceg badly needing a win. If he loses this, you gotta cut him. Interesting fight, fun fight, predictable fight. I'll cut to chase. Of course, I'm picking Steve Erceg. Who isn't picking Steve Erceg? He should win this fight, and it would be crazy if he didn't. I'll say it again. If he loses this fight, you gotta just cut Erceg. There's really no way around that. But he's not gonna lose this fight. Let's just be fucking honest. He's gonna fucking win. He's going to beat Ode. He might get dropped. He's gonna need to survive round one where Ode is scary. But after Ode gasses, Erceg should take over and win. Maybe he'll finish him. Always a possibility of that. But I'm gonna say he probably wins the decision. So give me Steve Erceg by decision to get his first win since winning the bout against Pantoja. And get back on track, get his first win in a while, and keep his job. Because again, if he lost this, you'd have no excuse to not cut him. So give me Steve Erceg to get the win. Again, the finish is completely possible in this fight, but I'm going to say he doesn't get it, and I'm going to say he gets a win by decision. So, there you go. Steve, we don't want to see you get cut, so don't lose. Pretty simple. And then for our main event of the evening in the middleweight division 1 week before the title is on the line, we have Roman Dolidze versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Yeah, we all know Fluffy's winning this fight. I know he missed weight earlier, or I think maybe he didn't. I don't fucking know, but he fucking made it on the second attempt, so it's not a big deal. I don't know, he missed by a little bit on his first attempt. So I know people are bringing that up, and I have seen some people on Twitter and all that say, "Oh, I'm picking Erceg now," or Erceg, my bad. I'm picking fucking now. Which, if you are, that's good for you. You're gonna be wrong, but good for you. Fluffy's going to dominate Dolidze. It's that simple. He's going to 50-40 for him, 50-43, 42, whatever the fuck he wants. He's going to win that fight pretty fucking easily. And I don't know if excited is the right word, because it's not the greatest main event in the world. It's a fight that doesn't even make a lot of sense for Fluffy. He should be fighting up in the top 5, like a Whitaker or a fucking Strickland or an Izzy, but UFC fucking hates him for some reason, which is bullshit. And now he's wasting time destroying Roman Dolidze, who is one of the worst fighters to ever have a winning streak in the UFC. So there you go. Fluffy by domination. He might finish him late, but more than likely he's just going to dominate him over 25 minutes, and it'll be a quick layup for Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. So there you go. Pretty simple shit there. Easy main event to predict. Even with the phantom weight miss, Fluffy is still going to beat the shit out of Roman Dolidze. And that's about that, man. So, yeah, not very much else to say there. That's the card tomorrow. That's what we gotta look forward to tomorrow. Again, I don't hate it. Am I saying it's great? No, it's not by any means great. But am I saying it's awful or the worst card ever? Yada yada. No, because it's not. It's a perfectly forgettable fight night. It's gonna be fine. It's I'm good on it. I like the main, even if it's always good to see Fluffy fighting. Urseg Ode is awesome. Angie's always good to see. Gene Matsumoto's in a banger. Elijah Smith, Heroes Medic. There's some good shit. But then you do got some duds. So COD on the main card. Come on, people. What the fuck? And but it is what it is in that regard. It's a fine fight night or Apex card. And again, if it could be half as good as last week's, I think we would all be pretty fucking happy at the end of the day. So time will tell. I'm intrigued to an extent. And we're all gonna watch it tomorrow either way, so whatever. The only really last thing I'll say on this card before we talk about what we got coming up next week, because nothing else to talk about. The new parlay we have for this week. I thought of it. Me and J Beer thought of it, and J Beer's put it in, so it's not. I don't have anything on this, but it's J Beer's as many. As this is our new 6-leg parlay, it was meant to be Fernandez in it, but now we put Ertzeg because on Wednesday when he tried to put the bet in, it didn't let him, and we thought of that a couple hours ago. We put in a new bet, and now here it is: Fluffy or Medic, Elijah Smith, Walker, and Ertzeg all to just straight up win, and then COD to go over 2.5. Over 2.5. So that's a little shittier odds than the original one with Fernandez. It's at plus 304, and you will win $30. So he did put 10 on it, so 10 for 30. It's okay. It's the best you can get out of a card where betting is not really great here. So what can you really do? Like, I don't know what else we would really put in this. Maybe a Gene Matsumoto. We could have kept Fernandez and made it a 7-legger, which we did look at. That came out to $40, I believe, which I like it. But Fernandez is risky, so we decided to replace her with Ertzeg and not keep Fernandez in. And now it's still 6 legs for $30. It's not bad. Trust me, again, it would be nice to get a little more. But how much are you really going to? $10 for 30. How much do you really want to put on this? Which is not a really like it should hit. I'm a little worried about Walker and I'm a little worried about COD. Everything else should be pretty fine. This should hit, and I'm not too worried about it. So we should be, unlike last week where we made 2 dreadful parlays. This should hit and just make a little bit of money going into 319, where, trust me, wait for Wednesday. We're going to make some interesting parlays for that card. So I can't wait. I truly can't. It's going to be fun. But yeah, that's our new parlay. So no Fernandez, and now it's Ertzeg in it. So take that if you will. If y'all think that's an upgrade or a downgrade, y'all let me know. Y'all let us know. And either way, it's a little too late now because it is officially in. So there you go. But that's about really all I gotta say about tomorrow's card. To look to the future. We'll look at the Contender Series first because it is back on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Or I think it's actually 7 p.m. It starts a little bit early because obviously the Ultimate Fighter will be ending on Wednesday or Tuesday. I mean, the last episode. So that will start, I believe, at 7, but maybe I'm wrong. All the Contender Series finally back. I'm excited, even if I don't know anything about really any of these guys. That's the whole point of Contender Series. I'm excited for this card. I'm just excited for Contender Series. 10 weeks in a row of the best creation Dana has made. I'm excited. When we'll talk about this, probably on Sunday more than anything. Maybe Friday, maybe Saturday as well. But it probably more than likely we'll really talk about Sunday. And of course, then Tuesday we'll talk about the aftermath of it. And I will be making a video for it. I will be coming out on Wednesday, a recap. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. I love Contender Series. I think we all do. It's the best fucking thing Dana have created in the last 10 years. It's gonna be fun. I see two returning fighters with Murtaza Talha, who is a tomato can, and Yuri Panfarov, who we'll see how he does in his second attempt on the show. After you have Christopher Hewitt back after failing at making his debut against Jackson McVeigh on a National Fight Week. Now I'm going to try to say this dude's name is stepping in on short notice for whoever the fuck this guy is. We got the main event of France versus Brazil. We got Canada versus Australia. Two Americans in the middle there. Chile versus Russia. Bahrain or whatever the fuck versus Russia. It should be good. I'm extremely excited. Love the fucking Contender Series. And I cannot wait. I don't know who doesn't love the fucking Contender Series, because I know I love the fucking Contender Series, because the Contender Series is amazing. So I'm hype, and yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be really fucking fun. So I can't wait. Again, the best way to spend a Tuesday is the Contender Series. So I'm excited. That's really all I can say. I know I said it about 6 times, but if you ain't excited for Contender Series, I don't really think you a fan for real. So there you go. There you fucking go. So, and then I guess while we're here and just fucking while I'm here, no one else is fucking here, to look at what we have in the following weeks of the Contender Series. Cause why not? We'll go to week 2, obviously. Not much sticking out to me here. This is interesting because I think this dude was in PFL or something, so he'll be interesting. We got an Indian, so we know he's gonna lose for sure. This dude's back. He sucks. Okay, not a bad week. Not great, but not bad. Week 3. Nothing really sticking out here. So this dude's name is fucking insane. But that's about all I can point out there. A Brazilian battle in the main event there. Week 4. Tommy McMillan, he was meant to fight last year. I remember he had some hype, and he still does, so we'll see how he does. Michael Chachek's brother. This is an interesting fight. I believe a former Bellator guy versus KSW guy. I don't remember. Anton Ho back after having to fight Lonnie Kavanaugh last year, which we know that's never going to be a fun matchup. This is a pretty good week. I'm actually pretty excited for this week. This should be fun. Week 5. A few returning fighters here. This guy who got his ass beat by Cody Steele. This guy who got his ass beat by Kevin Vallejos. A Russian heavyweight. That's always interesting. Our first female fight of the season. This dude with a fucking face tattoo. Okay, this week's kind of intriguing. I'm very intrigued. Should be good. This Contender Series, it's hard for it to be bad. Week 6, I wouldn't be shocked they don't have full cards yet. They don't. We got a former Ultimate Fighter guy coming back. That's about all. It was meant to be Will Curry, that bum from last year, but he pulled out because he fucking stinks. Week 7. Another female fight, Sofia Montegrego. That will be insane. A 21-5 guy. That dude's super experienced for the fucking Contender Series. That'll be interesting. Week 8, they're really not have anything booked here. One fight, don't know him. And then week 9, they got one fight booked, and I don't know him. So I'm excited. Contender Series is going to be fucking amazing. I'm so fucking happy to have it back. I think we all are, because it's fucking amazing. Again, I will probably be doing a video on it on Wednesday, recapping it. Of course, on Tuesday night, we'll be doing a stream of it. It's going to be lit. I can't wait. Love Contender Series, and happy to have it back. And then that all leads up to what we have next week, which will be my final talking point of the night. Clearly, no one else wants to watch tonight, so I'm not going to go overly long. We're going to hit an hour and probably dip the fuck out of here, as we will end the night by talking about the big one, the thing we're all excited for in a week. UFC 319 from Chicago, Illinois. Dracus du Plessis versus Hamza Chimaev. It's finally going down. It's a fun card. I'm gonna have the Ultimate Fighter finales on this card. One's already booked. I won't spoil it if you don't want it to be known. So that'll be cool. And plus, you got some good fights on here. This ain't great. Edson Barboza back at lightweight. Always good to see him fighting. A fight that should happen probably 10 years ago. The GOAT GM3 is back. This is a hard fight to predict. This is a banger. Chase Hooper getting a layup. Then you got the main card with Geoff Neal and Prates hopefully happening this time. Cannonier and MVP is awesome. Why is this tomato can on a pay-per-view? Interesting co-main event. I know no one loves that one, but I'm intrigued to see Pico and Lerone. And then the big one, the fight everyone's talking about for the next week, and they have been for like 2 months. Dracus du Plessis and Hamza Chimaev. The most 50-50 fight imaginable. I cannot wait. I don't think anyone knows what the fuck's gonna happen, and I am so fucking excited. So I can't wait. I think we all are. Next week, I'll be doing the pre-party for this card right here, and it's gonna be fucking awesome. So I can't wait. I'm excited, and it's gonna be fucking amazing. And that's about that. Anything else to talk about? Again, we could watch the weigh. Well, I could watch the weigh-ins and face-offs, but I could just do that in my free time when I'm not on stream. Of course, put in your goat if you're on goat milk, which you should be. Put in your picks. So hopefully you do better than I do. Obviously, I'll put in my picks probably tonight before we start Saturday. So that'll be interesting. Here's the updated mugshots for everyone. Your Bino looks like shit. So that will be interesting. Hopefully I have a good day of picks because I need it. Can I get back to the 60% club? It'd be kind of fucking cool if I did. But I probably won't. I know my luck better than anyone else, or lack thereof luck. So I probably won't have a good night, and I probably won't be in back to the 60% club, which Finn. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. So outside of that, I'm trying to think what else I could talk about. Cause I want to at least hit the hour mark. I don't want to leave y'all for under an hour. Yeah, there was a few fights booked lately. We'll go back throughout the week of fights booked. Alessandro Costa got a new fight booked for Noche with what's his face pulling out fucking Edgar Shirez, which sucks, but good to see Costa still getting an opponent. We talked about that in the past. Now it's official. We talked about that earlier. Jimmy Crute getting a layup. the winner gets cut and the loser gets cut. Veronica Hardy getting a layup versus Tomato Can like Brogan Walker. Why the fuck is Dawkins back to get his ass beat again? Pungsum Park is the goddamn goat. Like, he just fought and he's already back fighting again. Dude's a fucking legend. He's going to run through Bruno Silva in Canada. Good for Hong Sung Park. Dude's a goat. The big one, I think we all know by now, Charles Oliveira versus Rafael Fiziev, main event of UFC Brazil on October 11th. I'm seeing some people say, oh, it's too early for Charles to come back. I would agree if he was fighting someone better. Like, this is a layup. Fiziev has never been that great of a fighter, in my opinion. He beat Bahamondes, who's inconsistent as all living shit. Good job. Charles should win this fight. If he can keep his chin from getting cracked, which against pill hands, Fiziev should not be an issue at all. Charles should win, and it's not really much of an issue, so I'm picking Charles. If he's the underdog in this fight, bros, that'd be sweet. I doubt he will be, but if he was the underdog, there's some money to be made there. But he'll probably be the favorite, which is the right way to go. And I won't be shocked if people actually pick Fiziev. I think most people are, from what I've seen, but he's not winning this fight. Charles is going to win and probably then fight Max for the BMF. So, pretty simple shit there. Rafael Filho and Clayton Carpenter. Someone has to get back on track and win. That'll be an interesting one. That's a pretty hard fight to predict. We'll see what happens there. Another big one booked yesterday, Cheeto and Eamon Zahabi in Canada. No, it's not the main event of the card. No, I don't know why it's not the main event of the card. My heard Umar, it's what Umar and Mario Batista's going to main event that card, which is fucking idiotic. You have Jasmine and Eamon Zahabi on the card in big fights and you're not having the main event. You're a fucking idiot. But, sure. I think we're all going to cheer for Cheeto here because Eamon did not beat Aldo, but more than likely Cheeto's going to get his ass beat because this is Cheeto's first fight in like a long. When was Cheeto's last fight? I know it's Piotr or Figgy, but when the fuck was that? That's like 2023, right? No, August 24. Huh. So he's been off for over a year now, so we'll see how he looks in his return against a giant step down in competition. That'll be an interesting one. And then finally, the not as important, but still an interesting fight booked, Ramiz Brahimaj and Austin Vanderfort. Just was booked a couple hours ago. Actually not a terrible fight because Ramiz is not terrible anymore, I guess. And Austin Vanderfort had a great debut, so this is actually a pretty hard fight to try and predict. You could make a case for either guy, so that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be a very interesting fight. I'm intrigued to see the betting odds for that fight. So I won't be shocked if Vanderfort's the underdog again. So interesting. That's a good fight. That's actually a pretty difficult fight to predict. Should be a good one. UFC 320. That's about that. I guess while we're here, while I'm here, we could look at what other cards we have booked at the moment. We got Shanghai coming up in 2 weeks, which will be pretty interesting. So, like we talked about the Michelle Pereira new fight, a lot of people are hyped about this guy getting a chance in UFC. We'll see how he is. The most overlooked fight on the card. This is going to be a good card. It's going to be early as shit. 3 a.m. on Saturday morning. Oh boy. That's going to be an interesting one. And then we go to Paris, France. Well, after we take a break after that, but then we come back in September and have a card in Paris. It's okay. This is a good fight. See, I'm getting a fight that makes no fucking sense. Debutant here. We'll see how he does. We actually did lose a fight. Hopefully they get Kendi Freeman a new opponent because she's seems to be a good prospect. Renat finally taking an L in the UFC because he sucks. Mason Jones back. Brad Tavares getting a layup versus Robert Brychek. Mauricio Rufy going to beat the living piss out of Benoit Saint-Denis. Modestus Bukauskas back on his winning streak. Another debutant, Ante Delija. The main events, we're going to see who's going to be fighting the winner of Drakus Hamzat. This is a good card. I'm excited for this card. Going to be early because it's in Paris. That's a good fight. That's a good card. Should be fun. Then we go to Noche, which finally has its official poster, and it's a beautiful fucking poster. Lopez and Gene Silva, we know. We did lose Alfie Edgar Shirez, and I'll talk about the other one when we get to it. Dave Martinez is back, which is cool. We got the youngest female fighter in UFC history. We did lose this fight actually, so I don't know why it's still here. Pennington did pull out. We'll see if they find Dumont a replacement. Maybe an Eileen Perez would probably make a lot of sense, but we'll see. Coleman's gonna be Tatiana and Lemos, which is fine. Of course, the main event's gonna be sweet. It's the weakest Noche we've ever seen, but still, what can you really do? Then we go to Australia for Alberg and Reyes, which this card's not fully fleshed out yet. We talked about these. Can Nolan's back. Another debut, an Australian female. We'll see how she does. This is actually a really good fight. If you know, you know. Then that bitch Bellotto is back. Toho Choi is back. This is a good card so far. They need to build. They don't got really any main card fights. They have the main event, and that's about it. So if we could start building some fucking main card to this, that'd be kind of nice. But we'll see. We'll see, I guess, is what all I can say. So yeah, hopefully we start seeing this card built more and more over the next couple weeks. Then our next pay-per-view will be in October after next week, so nothing in September. I know, crazy, but we're getting some good fight nights, so it's okay. We just talked about these. Farid Basharat is back, which is sweet. He's really good. Adiba Gutierrez back. Of course, we know about this banger. This should not be on the main card. 2 title fights. Well, they need to flesh out 320 a little more, but the card is looking pretty good. I'm excited for that. Should be fun. Then, of course, we talked about the main event for this. Charles and Fiziev. They are booking more fights for this. We talked about this. We're getting another debutante. Mario Pinto's finally back. Julia Polarstri is back. This card has a lot of prelims and no real main card yet, so hopefully, knock on wood, we can start building that up. I don't know, I guess not till October. We don't have to rush it. Then we head to Canada, which we talked about that as well, with a card we don't even know the main event to it yet, because somehow this or this ain't the main and co. So what the fuck is going to be? The GOAT Azamat Bakoyev is back. Hong Sung Park, Danny Barlow. The card's actually looking pretty good so far. Then 321, which does not have a lot to it either. Ikram and Park's a pretty good fight. The GOAT Chris Barnett is back. Alexander Ranchik and as member of the Kano is a good fight. Volkov and Almeida is a good fight. Tommy's finally fighting. Love to see it. And then, of course, UFC Doha, which has no fights at the moment, but they'll start booking that card pretty soon. I would have to imagine, but I guess it's not till November, so there's the end of November, so I guess there's no rush. It's probably going to be one of the last five or six cards of the year, so we're in no rush. They need to tell us what other cards are going to be happening in November, so that'd be kind of neat. But, yeah, that's hopefully we start seeing what the fuck that card's gonna be like as well sooner than later. And that's about that, man. I really don't got much else to talk about. I'm pretty much just talked to myself for 98% of the stream, and it was fine. I've had a good time talking MMA to myself. Hope y'all enjoyed it. But yeah, I just can't really go. We've got 1 hour. I don't got much more to say. I'm getting mentally burnt out by the minute, and yeah, I just don't really got much more to say. So I think that's about where I will end the stream. This one, I still gave y'all an hour. Like I said, these pre-parties are always the shittiest streams of the week, so nothing I don't expect. Still gave y'all an hour good of hopefully enjoyable content, talking about everything I can think to talk about in the UFC at the moment. So I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'm excited for the card tomorrow. It's gonna be fun tomorrow. I'll be doing the after party to the card, honestly, tomorrow. Not long after the card. Well, depending, the card might end a little early, so it might be an hour or two after. But sometime tomorrow I'll do the after party. I always enjoy it. I'll see you tomorrow, bro. Thank you, Scotty. Too high. Good to see you, brother. Yeah. Thank you to everyone who was in chat tonight. The few of you there were: Scott, Matt, Steve, Breaking Bud, D-Man. Y'all are fucking legends. Always good to see y'all. Thank you for hopping in tonight. I had a good time, even if there's few and far between when it comes to people here, but still gave you as much UFC content as I could possibly talk about, and hopefully the after party tomorrow is a little bit better. Even though I love tonight, I don't want to say like tonight sucked, but you know what I mean. So that's about that. If you're watching this now live, thank you. If you're watching this in the future on rerun, thank you. Please like, comment, subscribe. 100, or not 100, 200 subs goal by the end of 2025, as always. And unless I'm going to say something, which I don't believe I am, I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. I'll see y'all tomorrow for the after party. These pre-parties are never the greatest, so it's nothing I'm not used to already. And unless I'm going to say something, which I don't believe I am, I think we can end the stream, can't we, boys? Let's do it by saying, hopefully my internet doesn't cut out this time and screw me over, by saying, as always, RX out. Good vibes only. And